Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we got top 15 is top 15 scary school lockdown videos. We gonna get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button, comment your dig down below. Let's go.
Stoneman SWAT Team. This video is from the events at Stoneman High School. As frightened students wait in the darkened classroom, a SWAT team bursts in, flashlights shining in their faces. As they bear down on the students, the police order them to put their hands in the air and put their phones away. This is where the clip ends as the user follows orders. Still, the short clip of the aftermath shows us a brief glimpse at the fear and terror the students must feel during such an event.
Yeah, I must say, I don't know how I feel of a video of if I was sitting there afraid of something because of a lockdown video. There's a bunch of freaking SWAT team comes in pointing their guns at me, telling me to put my hands up. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Am I about to die? I only had one scary lockdown, but it was not for the reason you would think. It wasn't because of a person. It's because of an animal. But it wasn't wasn't a very serious animal. It was not a like a dangerous animal. It was a fucking skunk. A skunk caused my school to go into lockdown. I don't know how a skunk causes that much terror that you need to go into lockdown, but I've had a school go into lockdown because of a fucking skunk. This was a public school when I was like in children, like kindergarten, but it doesn't undo the stupidity of it.
Hands, put your hands, guys. Please. Put your phones away.
To the right, you can see a student's arms trembling, as you can hear fearful utterances as the SWAT team enters. Number 14, Staten Island. When an unknown threat spread like wildfire throughout the Staten Island High School of Susan E. Wagner in Manor Heights, the school went on lockdown in order for police to investigate the matter. As the student video shows, the place then developed into utter chaos.
Oh my God!
As students wondered what was going on, here's what happened. A student overheard another student claiming that there was a gun in the locker room. Once school administrators were alerted to the matter, the place was put on hard lockdown, allowing police to inspect every floor of the building. They came away empty-handed. The threat was never found. The claim was likely just a boast or a fear-mongering tactic. If it was the latter, it worked to incite fear into the students. The video shows the lockdown in action. As the police searched for the suspected weapon, parents rushed to the school when they heard about the lockdown in order to pick up their frightened kids, some of whom had no idea where to go during the event. Numerous phone calls were made from these students to warn parents about what was going on, and even to say...
This is a tough one because as a student, you're not gonna know how to react, because you might know there's no gun, but you obviously think you're going into lockdown nowhere. For some high schools, they're all stupid. They don't know how to deal with the situation, and it causes a bullshit like this. If I'm a teacher though, oh, I'm fucking furious. If I go in the thing and I see people just fucking around, act like no big deal when there's supposed to be a gun, Oh, you're gonna hear my anger. Oh, you're gonna know how I feel about it. You are gonna know. I ain't happy with your ass. You gonna sit and you gonna do what you're supposed to do in the lockdown. Not act like a guy. Boom!
Say goodbye should anything awful happen. City Councilman Steve Mateo declared that everyone was safe, and once police cleared the school, students were let out for the day. Number 13, Rio de Janeiro.
I have to assume that's what happens, right? Like, if you have a lockdown for, like, a danger, I have to assume they let you out for the day, right? Under that, if you were given the belief that there was a danger, like, gun was in the school and something could happen, I'd have to think they let you out for the day, because every child would be in fear. You wouldn't be able to go back to class. You wouldn't be able to go act like it's normal afterwards. No! You would have to leave immediately. You would not be able to be in that school. So I would have to think that they tell everyone to go home afterwards, right?
On video in Rio de Janeiro, this event occurred at Escola Municipal by again another former student. The man was a 23-year-old who was allowed to enter the school at the beginning of the day.
Oh my god, that guy got shot!
By claiming he was invited to give a lecture. Instead, he was armed. He entered a classroom and took the lives of 12 children. This sent the school into lockdown.
That is psychotic. That is crazy. Oh man, that is insane. He came there knowing he was going to take the life of children.
With teachers telling students to hide beneath their desks as they blocked the doors of their classrooms. The video shows students fleeing as the man launches his attack. They are seen rushing down a hallway and out of the school. Military police sergeant Marcio Alves said that when he arrived at the school, he found the suspect on the second floor exiting a classroom. The man aimed at police, was hit, fell to the ground, and then took his own life. The man had a letter on his person, which declared his mission and asked to be buried next to his adopted mother. Number 12. SWAT Code Red lockdown. Children hiding under...
That is insane. He was so mentally unstable that that's what he felt the best choice was for him to do. Put a gun to students. Take lives of students. Innocent students. And then once he's there, he fired, he got shot by a military police, and then he himself, the shooter, took his own life, and then had a letter saying what his mission was, and to be buried next to his adopted mother.
Their desks.
Also, if you're watching this, and you have any scary actually, if you have any school lockdown stories, tell me what they are. If you have any really scary ones, I want to know. But I want to hear all of them in general. I just told you one about me having a school lockdown because of a skunk. So tell me any other one you got, if you know, like, why you went on the lockdown or not.
Teachers poised at the door. Clear signs of a...
Wait a minute, hold on. Is this guy bleeding?
Their desks. Teachers...
Is he bleeding? Why is he bleeding? I'm sorry. I didn't... Why is there a child bleeding here? Is he the criminal? Why is he bleeding?
Poised at the door. Clear signs of a school on lockdown. All students and staff awaiting rescue. You can hear the children's whispers and panicked breathing as they are huddled in fear.
I can't get over the one child who I swear is bleeding. He has blood. He has a red marked out, red stuff coming down here, here. Why is he bleeding?
Screaming is heard outside the classroom door, coupled with shouts from the SWAT team. This is becoming an all too familiar scene. In this video of a SWAT team entering the classroom during a Code Red lockdown at a school in Illinois paints the picture of what it's like to be in the student's position, bracing oneself for horrors beyond our comprehension.
Yeah, there was the recent you remember this? The recent video. I don't remember which video what it was, but there was one where the school was under lockdown because there was a couple of kids the school was on lockdown. There were these kids who were in a room, just kids, in a room, and someone went over, knocked on the door saying they were police. And because the whoever it was said bro, the kids were suspect of it, so they jumped out the window, crawled out the window, and ran to a different area to go to police. That because they didn't believe that it was the thing. I remember that. That won't be on here, but I remember that one.
Number 11, Stoneman SWAT Team Part 2. Yet another video of the Parkland events has surfaced, and this one again shows a SWAT team entering a classroom to release the students. The group is seen sitting in a corner of the classroom. A commotion is heard outside, and the teacher rushes to the door, likely to open it for the SWAT team. Once they enter, the students can be heard shouting, "Please help us," and the teacher tries to quiet everyone down to hear orders from the police. That's when one of the officers asks the first 10 people to stand up, and failing to listen, everyone gets up in a rush to get out as quickly as possible. You can't blame them. Going through what they had, panicking is understandable. Number 10, Ocala's Forest High School. This intense body...
Also, is that a normal thing where they ask people in individual groups, like groups of 10, to leave the school? Like, I understand you wouldn't want all-out panic running out, so you would probably think... So maybe that's the reason. I just didn't... Not that's is that a normal thing? That was...
Cam video shows Sky Boucher, a 19-year-old former student of Forest High School in Ocala, Florida, being held as a suspect. Face down on the ground, he answers the officer's questions. While the tape rolls, Boucher was charged when he entered the school with a guitar case, concealing a sawed-off shotgun. Boucher stopped by a bathroom to put on a tactical vest and gloves. Then he went to a classroom and fired one round through the door, leaving a single student hurt. Boucher apologized to the student he shot, saying it doesn't make it better anyway. And he was right, it doesn't get better.
What reasoning does people have where they think that's a good idea? What reason do you have to just fucking take the lives of people inside a school? Like, it's fucking insane.
The sheriff's office stated that the suspect confessed to investigators that he planned to commit a worse event on April 13th, but didn't follow through. Boucher made the purchase from a private online seller. Shortly after what happened in Parkland, Florida, he saw doing this as his only way out of his rough home life. Luckily, the sheriff's deputy blocked things from getting worse. He just so happened to be a resource officer at Forest High School and managed to arrest Boucher without further incident. Number 9, in hiding. In this video, you can see students hiding beneath their desks in a darkened classroom as the teacher explains what to do. About 4 minutes into the video, a female voice is heard over the intercom, requesting that whoever has a student by the name of Jacob Peterson should email them immediately so they can come get him.
We're in need of Jacob Patterson. Jacob, do not exit the classroom. Let the teacher who has Jacob Patterson in his room please email Lori immediately so that we can come and get Jacob from you.
After this cryptic message is heard, another announcement is made a minute later, ordering everyone to remain in their rooms. The announcer also says they are not letting anyone into or off of the campus. Another minute later, and the announcer declares the lockdown is over, saying students and staff are now safe to move around campus. Again.
So my guess, whatever happened, this is what I guess happened. If Jacob Patterson was the person I'm looking for, what I bet happened is Jacob heard that intercom, booked out the door, fucking took off. Right? Because they know he's there. He knows who he is, so he knows he's getting looked for. So once I bet he, once I bet they heard that, he took off. they chased him for about a minute or two, caught him, then because he was caught, they didn't have to worry about any other threats, so they let him. They said the lockdown's over.
And the school and or the purpose of this lockdown was not detailed in the YouTube video, but this serves as another illustration of what just such an event feels like from the perspective of a scared student, number 8, intruder or student. Still, with all the precautionary measures in schools, sometimes these measures are not enough. Sometimes the bad guys break through, and a school might go into lockdown because of it. That's what happened at Kentwood High School in December of 2014, when a suspect fled police custody and sought refuge at a nearby high school. The man was handcuffed, and when the school went into lockdown, as police searched for him, he was mistaken for a student and placed in an office along with 2 female students. Well, it might sound a bit crazy, mistaking a runaway suspect who just happens to be handcuffed for a student. The escapee was only 19 and actually used to be a Kentwood student, so he knew exactly where he was going when he fled the cops. The video shows the suspect.
My suspicious would have been the guy who's running into the building with his hands like this, with a jacket over him while we're going into lockdown because of an escaped person. I'm just saying, would have been a little bit suspicious to me.
Suspect running onto the campus, and when inside the building, he attempts to remove his jacket as he runs. He is later seen in surveillance video racing down the hallways of the school. Once there, he told the 2 female students inside that the school was on lockdown because of him. He asked that they phone his mom up for him. 3 more students were soon pulled into the office, and although the suspect was with them for upwards of 10 minutes, he never threatened or intimidated them. Instead, he told them what was going on and asked them for help. Number 7, not a drill. Manic Jordan published this video of her school lockdown in February of 2017, writing, "So when we were about to leave, the announcement went off and it said, 'This is not a drill, we're in lockdown.'" In the video, you can see the student is sitting under her desk.
Could you imagine when you're by yourself, like this, imagine you're about to leave, like you're about to head out, you got your stuff all ready to go, and then it says go to lockdown. I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, "Betty, you better have a fucking good reason your ass is going to lockdown. I'm about to leave. My bad, you better have a good, I better find out." I would always be the one, I'm like, even if I survived and everything, I'm like, you better hope I find out there's a school shooter. If there was if that was the skunk case for me, I'd been so bad. I'll take the risk. If you tell me there's a skunk or something, I'm like, I'll take the risk. Let me out that door.
Filming the incident, awaiting directions on what to do next. As many in the comments wrote, the teacher in this video is particularly impressive, being completely calming and protective of the students, telling them she will go down before letting the intruders get at them. One commenter, Cheryl Battle, wrote, "This is the lady that you want to be with when this happens. I couldn't agree more." Number 6, locked outside. Hydra Clan 100 published this video in February of 2013, writing, "I was outside of my school when this was happening." As he narrates in his video, he was sitting in his car outside his school when he saw police charging in. Police sirens can be heard.
Well, guess what? There's one good thing about that. Once I see a bunch of police run into my school, guess what? My ass ain't entering it. I'm like, great, I don't need to go to school today. I ain't going inside there. I don't even want to know what's going on in there.
In the background, as the armed officers enter the school,
There's like 20 cop cars here.
the uploader thinks it's likely that another student brought a weapon to school, which wouldn't be a stretch of the imagination.
Nope.
As a dozen or so cop cars can be seen in the area. Although it's not stated what school this is or what could have been going down to invite all these armed police to rush in, it's certain that this kid was not going back to school that day. Number 5, Sarah High School. When a bang was heard near the Sarah High School campus, the school was placed on lockdown. It's believed that this was related to two people who were seen taking copper wire from a construction site to the north side of the campus, prompting a witness to report the incident to the school, who called police. In the video, the students can be seen chatting and wrestling around a darkened room, loud as can be. They don't seem to be afraid of the circumstances or of being in a state of lockdown.
Well, here's the thing, right? This is the fact. In this situation, I can't, because either something's about to blow up, right? If it's a bomb, which is the assumption. I don't have no say. There is nothing. Me being in this room will not stop that from happening. Okay? So it's not people I'm scared of here. Well, people, but it's not people like gonna come shoot me. People might cause a bomb and explode me, and I can't really do much about that. Either that or there's just nothing happening. They know it's no big. They know probably feeling their guts exaggeration. But I'm gonna assume it ended up being so.
Well, some students tell others to hush up. There's talking at a loud volume throughout the video. Luckily, no one was harmed in the making of this video or during the lockdown. The suspects fled the scene when police arrived and managed to escape without capture, after which the lockdown was lifted. Although this could have ended much more poorly, this 17-minute video might serve future students as a cautionary tale of what not to do in the event of a lockdown. Number 4. Hard lockdown. What happens when your school is placed on hard lockdown? Watch this and you'll see. The video, published by Chase G in September of 2016, starts off with an announcement of the hard lockdown over the intercom.
On hard lockdown and to check the hall for students. Lock your door. Safeguard the students and remain secured in your room.
Okay.
During the announcement, the teacher calmly tells some of the students to get up and move their desks. Then, in an orderly fashion, the students are asked to move to the far tables and the lights are turned out. The students wait in silence for what happens next. In a low voice, the teacher explains the evacuation plan to the students if they are called to evacuate. While the video isn't as high intensity as some of the others in this list, it demonstrates what children as young as these kids are must worry about in present-day America.
It's insane that so many students have, like, so many schools have dealt with. It's more to say that there are parents who are more scared to send their child to school than anything else. Like, you think your child, you'll be worried about your kids on the street or something like that. No, you have to be worried about more your kids at school than you do almost on the street, which is fucking insanity. Like, the fact parents have to worry about that is insane to me.
Number 3. Drop to the ground. This video shows what it's like to be burst in on by police. Although the video cuts out for most of the 37 seconds of the recording, the audio is frightening enough.
Folks, your hands! Your hands!
As the video begins, you see children hiding behind a desk or table turned on its side, likely a barricade from whatever or whomever lies beyond. Then the video goes dark as police enter the classroom and order everyone to show their hands. This is when the camera is dropped. Still, even without video, you can vividly imagine armed police busting in, dressed in black, ordering everyone to drop to the ground. You can hear a scuffle as police overturn things, although you cannot see what is happening. The events that led to this is a mystery, as the video doesn't describe it in detail, but whatever it was, it's safe to say it wasn't pretty. Number 2. Manchester. Sukai Wolf published this lockdown video in September of 2017. At the beginning of the video, an alarm is sounding off, and the students can be seen hiding under their desks. While the details of this lockdown were not posted in the video, it is believed to have occurred at Swinton High School in Manchester. It was there that a 16-year-old boy was arrested on September 22, 2017, the same day the video was posted. The boy was arrested after a 17-year-old was knifed and rushed to a nearby hospital. The suspect was later taken into custody at the school. Chief Inspector Glenn Jones gave a statement saying, "It is only fortunate that his injuries are not considered to be life-threatening. I know that this news will cause concern to people living in the area, particularly people with children at..."
Yep, your parent, you won't want to send your kid to school anymore. Your kid won't want to go to school anymore. They'll be scared of their own school, and it causes a lot of problems. A lockdown like this. It's bad when it happens.
The school. Jones went on to reassure the community that a full investigation had been launched, and the school was cooperating with the investigation. The short video is alarming, as you can imagine what must be going through these children's heads as they await further instruction. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you.
I need to do that for me. Show generosity. Give me a subscription. Come on, do it. Be nice to me.
This way, you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1. Parkland. This video shows the horrific events that occurred on February 14th, 2018, unfolding in the drama department, just after 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz was on the other side of the doors. Cruz had been suspended, but was dropped off at the school by an Uber in the afternoon. He was wearing a backpack and carrying a duffel bag, and a staff member saw him striding purposefully towards Building 12 and alerted a colleague via radio. A code red lockdown was activated when a staff member heard the gunfire. In the video, you can see students huddled with their teacher in a dark corner of the room, perhaps a closet, as police enter. After they break through the classroom's door window to gain access, you can hear the teacher telling her students to relax, breathe, and follow police's instructions.
Relax, everybody. Relax. This is the police. So put your hands up and just calm. Be as calm as you can.
They enter drawn as the students are told to put their hands up and get down on the floor.
Everyone on the floor! Everyone on the floor! On the floor!
The SWAT team was likely searching for Cruz, but when they entered the school that day, he was long gone. No motive has been put forth by police or prosecutors, but Cruz's pattern of disciplinary issues and unnerving behavior warranted investigation. Meanwhile, Cruz will now most likely spend the rest of his life behind bars. Thanks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this reaction video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.